So New South Wales has been swamped by COVID, and our Premier seems to have given up and wants to let COVID take its course. We know it's going to swamp our hospitals and lead to deaths, and maybe mean we can never get this under control. But what if I told you there's a country that's beaten COVID back many times, even before the vaccine, without lockdowns, consistently? They never even close their borders, and they're doing this with the Delta strain too. Well, you know what? There is. Iceland. So how is Iceland, the country anti-vaxxers said was proof that vaccinations don't work, beating COVID? Number one, by testing everyone, even asymptomatic people, and then two, by getting people to isolate. Not just people in their households, but close contacts, and then following up on them regularly to make sure they've been isolated. So why does this work? Well, the thing that's made COVID dangerous is the fact that you can spread it for a long time while being asymptomatic. The Delta strain is even worse. You start detecting Delta at 4 days versus 6 days for other strains, and you have 1,200 more viral particles than other strains too. That means Delta is more infectious and more likely to spread for longer. And that means asymptomatic testing is probably more important for it. But our health minister seems to want to stop people from getting tested. Probably because the time to get tests back is getting too long. But yeah, I'm not sure we're going the right way with that. But we've got 10 times more people than Iceland. So how can New South Wales do what Iceland did, despite having a much larger population? By doing something no one has yet: rapid antigen testing. PCR testing measured by labs is resource and time intensive. Sydney spent over $500 million on PCR tests in the first month of this outbreak. It's been a month since, and testing numbers have gone up even higher. Labs charge between $60 to $120 per test. A rapid antigen test costs $5 to $10. You don't have to create mass testing hubs and get cars to line up for hours too. You can mail these out. Yes, it's true, they're less sensitive, meaning you'll miss more cases, but you'll also be able to test 10, 20, maybe 30 times more people at the same cost.
This is not meant for diagnostic purposes, it's meant for screening.
Statistically speaking, you're definitely 100% gonna get more cases that way.
We may even save money doing this.
Now, we do still need highly accurate, reliable, the good old PCR tests, but we can save these for people who've had huge exposure, their household contacts, and people who work in hospitals. Give out rapid antigen tests to everyone who needs or wants to work. People in high-risk areas. And if you're still symptomatic, confirm this with the PCR, and we're halfway there. The next thing that's also really important is that we follow up with them. Yes, that is a lot of effort, but we have like 20,000 active cases right now. If you dedicated 200 of our troops to calling people up and contact tracing, and you trace people every 3 or 4 days, that's only 10 calls a day. I did that every hour when calling people up for my startup. Target inspections to those people who aren't picking up, you'll save even more money. You'll get this done. You'll have more of an impact. New South Wales Health doesn't release or capture data on how long people were asymptomatic before becoming positive, and this may be the reason why we're seeing so many people active in the community. It may not be their fault. They just never knew they were infected. Almost 4 weeks ago, they were talking about rapid antigen tests. They're already approved by the TGA. I know it's a lot of logistical work, but if someone got this out to people, we could still slow this down rather than risk it all over time. Share this out with people, this idea, this video, subscribe, I'll follow this all up. And I'm not saying that we should rely on rapid antigen tests either. We definitely do still need PCR testing. And the key to Iceland's success is that they follow up and get people who are exposed to isolate too. The only restrictions that Iceland's ever imposed has been to outside travelers. They did this recently. Their strategy has worked so well for them. They literally have had open borders this whole time. I don't know about you, but I want to fish. I want to get back to med school knowing I'm safe. I'm sure you guys want to work, go out, have fun too. Comment your thoughts, like, subscribe, and share, and let me know what else I should talk about next time.